There is no question that most scientists who've looked at it say in the immediacy of where is that sewage going in terms of being put into a very fast-moving channel. Is it coming back and causing problems? Most scientists I've talked to would say exactly what you quote Donald Galloway as saying. On the other hand, it is completely, I think, unacceptable for a wealthy industrialized country like Canada to have any sewage dumping into the ocean, because as other reports have said, long term it's not a sustainable response. So we do need to have sewage treatment, but ideally we should have a sewage treatment process that makes some sense. And I think the current proposal, the idea of pumping biosolids, as they call sewage these days, to a heartland landfill, I mean, it runs the risk of converting a non-priority ocean pollution problem to a priority land pollution problem. But we also don't want to lose access to the funds. So the approach I would pursue, if it was in my riding, and if Donald had won, would have been to try to get the federal government to lease about 4 acres of excess space that they own around Esquimalt Naval Base, to put in place a treatment system that included tertiary treatment, that got better control than what they're proposing, that dealt with some of the, we've done well, by the way. There was a lot more toxic heavy metals that were making their way into our waterways, and we've done a lot with, and the CRD has done a good job with reduction at source, such as with mercury amalgams and dentists. There's been a number of, and car body shops, there's been a number of places where things going down the drain are reducing the amount of toxic loading in our oceans. But we do have to have sewage treatment for Victoria. I'm firm on that, but this particular plan, to me, is compromised by the awkwardness of not having a sufficiently large footprint for a plant and the unwillingness to put distributed smaller plants. So you end up with essentially, it's like a camel being a horse designed by committee. There's something kind of funny about a plan that involves building a pipeline to a, I don't even know that plan is going to work. The pipeline could plug. It's not necessarily a good, but I've seen a number of projects that went wrong because of trying to move things up hills and down and forgetting about the engineering, that sometimes these things will plug and not work very well. It adds to the cost, and it reduces the energy capture that you could get. So I always approach the issue of sewage in Victoria with some trepidation, because second only to the Middle East, it's an impossible topic to discuss with any